Lai Michin and Dr. Lai, so you can call me Eric also. So today we start again with that. Okay, I think the main resources for these two actually the Malaysia Conduct of Responsible Conduct in Research, Code of Responsible Conduct in Research. I think all these two document, and one is Dasar and Ethical Pendidikan. Sorry for the foreigner. I think this is only the Malay version that can be found in the research USM website. So this way, two document also will be uploaded to the portal for your reference. So okay, we can just start. So topic we cover what's exactly is a research ethic. I think what's why you want to do ethic all these kind of things. And I think the others is about social or clinical research. And I think here we will more focus on the clinical research because we are informed. Why we be concerned with research ethic or this kind of thing? Why we must know about research ethic? I think you as part of student also, why we must know about this type of research and development and evolution of research ethic, code and regulation, international landscape, and what member of a research ethic committee look into for your ethic proposal. I think this proposal, I think for your part now, actually not exactly because you probably don't need to apply for any with the ethic ones. I'm not sure, but I think you have to discuss with your supervisor for especially for the those who gonna do a not say final project, the project also. So how to submit a proposal for ethic clearance. So what is ethics? What is the research? I think what exactly is called research ethic. I think ethics is defined as discipline dealing with the one of proper course of action for men. I think this is what should be do is the correct way. I think the branch of philosophy that look actually what's good and what's bad. So sometimes people will define maybe one is good or one is bad. Maybe in the some part they have a gray area. I think gray area should clearly define because in here you should really notice what is good and what I shouldn't do anything is considered bad. I think this is a system obligation that we have toward the others also. I think others is maybe mean other colleagues, other things to others, maybe animals or other patient who enroll in the study or others members also. Also known as moral philosophy. Philosophy involve a systematizing defending and recommending concept of right and wrong behavior. I think you can check also this. A study principle guiding the good of individual within context of social interaction and the community also. Some this ethics as a theoretical enterprise, I think meta ethics and normative ethics and applied ethics also. So this kind of defined. So I don't have a lot of times because I still a lot more to share about this within 1 hour. So I think key feature of scientific research is the generalizability of findings. Except the which of sample we use or research content reflect the broader population interest. I think this is involve mostly a clinical research. I think because it involve patients, enroll or patients or others particle that interest to the research. Universality objective. Research should be designed in manner allow any competent research to conduct similar research and generate same finding. I think this is important. So what any project you want to run usually. So why you need to specify I mean do a specification identify the object or the your objective because let's say you want to enroll the patient with colon cancer or any cancer type of cancer or breast cancer and you have to identify let's say you want to do a treatment so you need to identify which type of treatment. Let's say it's cancer stage 1 or 2, maybe you have to mention clearly this drug is available for stage 3, so you only enroll the stage 2 or stage 3 type of patient for you process. So this it mean what this is. So other people, not only you are not the in the world in the that can do the research. So other people also can they do the research for to repeat maybe to do other parameters so they can generate a similar type of result. Same with you. Actually, originator of research work originated back idea with appropriate evidence and a clear, logical, convincing argument that is straight political and negative thinking. This is mean you have to do things original. It mean you don't copy from other people's and do some minor modification after that allow it to be published and others thing. I think this is quite common in this area. I think scientific reviews trust is set in the sufficient evidence to support the claim that makes through a scientific process. So claim to withstand the scrutiny and repeating. This is usually have to go through a review. That's why when you submit a paper, that you have to go through a review, panel of review and editor, this kind of things. They will review your paper with the checks whether your paper is sufficient enough, have an originality, have the good data and this kind of things. So this is what is meant by scientifics. Okay, any thereby therefore I think ethics research ethics is a code of guideline that on how to conduct research in morally acceptable way. Second, principle and standard that they help researchers to hold the value and standard of knowledge of constructions. I think for you as a mixed mode student, I think it's quite common for you. I think this is maybe you have to understand maybe in the undergrad study, probably you are not exposed to much of this research ethic because you just carry out all the experiment design, everything in the lab only in the big group. And but after that, you are the mixed mode master student level. So you at the end you have the individual carry out the final year project. It's considered your thesis also. So that time, I think this is the first time you exposed to be do your work individually or maybe guide minimal guide by your supervisor and some of the maybe your senior. So this is time you carry out research. That's why the conduct activity of research ethics is important because why? Because you can carry out all the experiment by yourself. Okay, in the in the undergrad times because you will be in big group. Actually, all the result almost a similar same. So I mean, almost similar lah. I mean, all result and the discussion, all this kind of thing, everything can be a very quite similar way, and it will be great because the experiment have been all the outcome of the research. Usually, I mean, the experiment have been identified lah. I mean, they have been carried out all the things, and you just submit the report, write a report, and do some discussion. But here you have to understand when you are during for mixed thesis of this kind of thing, you are alone actually most of the time. I say that you are most of the time alone with some minimal guidance with your senior supervisor. Then you have to do everything by yourself. You know, maybe let's say you follow instruction, add 2 microliter of this solution A, 3 microliter of solution B. All this do it by yourself. Last time actually maybe you run in big group, so you are not notice all this kind of thing. Maybe some of you maybe not participate in the research because it's such a big group and not everybody have a chance to run the research by individually. So, but this time when you do a mixed mode, that's why everything is about integrity, about research conduct. Because for your understanding, because some of the result, for your thesis might be published in the scientific journal or this kind of thing. Maybe your lecture will use some of the data published by you. So the research done by you must be in the correct manner. I mean, you exactly add 2 microliter of solution A and 3 microliter of solution B into the as a instructor, as a instruction inside the manual or this kind of thing. So you exactly follow. If not that you what how to particularly you don't follow the instruction, you just add 5 microliter of solution A, B, 5 microliter of solution B, and you get a different result. And when you get a different result, the interpretation must be different. So that's the consequence. So you must aware all these kind of things. That's why we need to conduct this kind of research ethics for you, so you can follow the things. Okay, ethical consideration in process research process. Ethical concern come earlier period as 6 steps of research. Okay, conceptual and design of research, scientific merit, identify risk, and way to mitigate the risk. I think risk is something that you have to encounter because some of the risks you must encounter. Maybe you hazard this, health, health risk, or these kind of things. And when the participants are recruited in the process, this is usually involve a clinical trial, the clinical research, maybe you involve recruitment of the patient or others interests into the projects. And during intervention of Merriam process, which participants are subject to many suffering. This is usually sometimes you, last case, you take a withdraw blood from the patient and for the further studies. And the process of I think the process of release in the receipt of result obtained and in protection of wait for a while. And in process and after that release the result, ensure that the participant in the community involved in the research scope benefits. So this result will be shared with the others community in the world. I think regarding your result, what the result finding from your research. I think another way of looking at research ethic by looking at the unethical research and conduct. Okay, this is usually what happen when you don't follow the research ethic. I think deceptions actually issue of full issue of full disclosure. We hold information about the aim of the study. Okay, you declare want to do this kind of research at the background. Actually, you collect this blood serum from cancer patient for do other kind of research. Okay, misleading participant about the risk of inherent in participant in research. Sometimes so you maybe this usually happen where you collect different type of specimen or different type of blood for different kind of research. That's why. Second is your plagiarism. I mean your plagiarism. I mean you just copy and paste. I think this is actually quite common now actually because you have AI tools all these kind of things. So this is quite common. That's why you will have your report or your progress report, your final thesis will have a Turnitin test. Turnitin check everything. So when you submit your paper also you have a Turnitin check also. That's why to check whether you copy from other people works or your original works. Okay, conduct research that does not have a scientific base. If informed problem statement. Okay, this is sometimes when it's not a correct way to do research. Okay, less of objective integrity in design or conduct research. Not identify the methodology constraint of the research that determine validity of the findings. Misinterpretation of the result. Okay, this is sometimes you misinform about the result, maybe different type of result also. Okay, not provide detailed theory and method that might be relevant in the interpretation of result finding. Okay, I think fabrication or falsification of data. I think this is quite common now in the day because we are pressure to publish. I think your maybe for your mixed modes master student, I think you are not pressured to publish, but I think for other in the research mode of student, I think you have a research mode in master and PhD, especially in USM. I think for master you need publish one paper in order to graduate, and PhD you need to publish two paper in the index journal. Okay, so this is you are not consider you must publish an index journal. It's not like conference paper or this kind of thing. So the pressure is there. The pressure to publish is there. So you must sometimes the student might want to falsify the result. Might intend, like, it's not everyone, but that's why the integrity of the research is important because for your information, actually, lecture cannot. Uh, we are human also. We cannot check everything that you what you present because the data is like I mentioned. When you do individually, you present your finding and data, and I think you get the data and finding after you present to your supervisor. But your supervisor also cannot. Sometimes your supervisor is not with you when do the experiment, so they don't know the process. They will assume that you carry out the process exactly as you for your proposal or inside the instructions. So they will expect the same result. Sometimes the result might be different. That's why the falsification. Sometimes you just remove one point or you do a wrong calculation. All these kind of things that make a result is not valid at all. But sometimes maybe you will think maybe I just pretend I just write a result and send to my supervisor. They hope they won't detect it. Yes, at this some point they won't detect it. Yes, maybe because some lecture we cannot actually we are not superhuman to detect every single result because some result come in number. Yes, we have maybe have some discussion and find when ask more question, probably you can find why the result is like this. But most of the time, maybe you cannot also find what the exactly is, especially like the photo. You take any picture or photo from the experiment, we cannot really differentiate, especially from the microscopy, from the cell. Okay, this kind of thing is not easy to detect actually. So, and not following appropriate expression authorship to the publication. I think this is where you know. After that, you will follow for the authorship. I think this is issue also. I think the other is not respecting the right to privacy also. This is where you declare, I say you enroll a patient from cancer with a cancer. But actually, after that, you know this patient. After you discuss this patient with the cancer with other people, that you not respect the privacy, because the people who the patient enroll the study, they might want to contribute to the scientific finding, but you disclose this information to other people, that is not good. You may not respect the thing, because he or she don't want to share with other people. Not respect the right of Timothy is same also controversial. Not respect the right of a regular. This is something is people who are very group like children, okay, mentally handicapped individual, the aging, the prisoners, illiterate, and who lost their sense. Because why? Because these people usually cannot protect themselves. Usually, they are not don't have enough information. They are usually quite easy to exploit, for this kind of because we are scientists, sometimes we think so we can exploit all this kind of thing. And I think this case in Malaysia, usually we go for indigenous. I think indigenous, you mean go for the very rural area and find indigenous and maybe give them 20, $50, and I'll say I want to get your blood. Okay, I give you, you come to me and I give you 50 or $100 after I just withdraw a blood without any concern. Because you read to them, they also don't know what to, they know what is it, they know I give you I give you maybe 5 ml of blood after you give me 100 again. So it's wrong actually. You, because all these consents have to be declared first. You mean you have to uh, how to say, brief to them in their language or in their knowledge, so they will sign the this one. Sometimes you just ignore it. You just withdraw the blood. After that, you just give them money, then just no information collected, no other consents of this kind of thing. So this is wrong. Okay, no, not having a due consideration of environment or this kind of things quite common also. Whatever research ethics are a way conduct research enterprise has a way a three fundamental principle of research: respect, okay, benefits and justice are upheld, and ethical research may be conform of within national international code and prescribed. Okay, this is quite common. I think that's why when the the second slide I show the USM research ethics, and I think the Malaysian National Research Ethics, which I will be give to you after I will upload to the portal, so you can have it, you can read it. Because that is I think especially for USM student, you need to read the USM ethics, I think, for research. But unfortunately, only in Malay. I still cannot find the English version. But if you cannot find the Malay USM one, you can probably can read the Malaysian National Research or Conduct for this kind of thing. So this is second auditions. Okay, this is justice, I think respect and benefits. I think you can read about this. I think respect is about respect the research participant, inform concerns, respect of sponsor research, respect committee who a party come from, respect of knowledge and academic committee, all this other, and the risk also justice must be involved for risk and benefit. I think is responsible for the mental, physical, and social well-being of participant throughout the particular of the study. And this is most common for, I think, more common for clinical research. But I think one of research, I think maybe some of you will carry out actually the animal ethics. Probably you have to run some animal. I think mouse or rat. I think this is common. Maybe some rabbit or this kind of thing. So probably you will have to sacrifice some of the mouse and rabbits in your study. That's why you still have the clearance from animal ethics USM committee. And I think for human actually here they call JPEM. I think they can also ethics all this for human committee. So you need to they get a clearance for this study. That's why they will check. Okay, different between clinical and social science studies. I think clinical usually their interest in test of safety, quality, effectiveness, and new or existing or all medical device or other treatment option using a human participant. Okay, I think research actually invasive and non-invasive procedure that may include surgical interventions, removal of body tissue, fluid, or administration of chemical or substance, observation of administration of question and this kind of thing. So they have usually have four phases. I think social science of research actually usually involve a systematic recording, analysis of data that may lead to generalizable principle and theory result in prediction and possible management behavior event of this kind. This is usually something a survey. I think probably give a survey form. This is a common survey form after maybe a question A. and ask you to fill out the things, what you're feeling, all this kind of thing, all this kind of different of group, lots of people. And review of literature, review of data, interview, focus on group observation, administration, and survey, instrument or test. More or less of eight phases or depend on the research question and design of the study. This is more about questionnaire and quiz, or not say quiz, I think it's a test of this kind of thing to understand your feeling, to understand your social income, all these kind of things. Okay, this I mentioned there are 4 stage for clinical research and about 8 stage for social research. I think social research is usually not involved in our mixed mode research. So you're only if some of you gonna be involved in the future for usually for clinical trial studies. Why we concerns with research ethic? Okay, professional responsibility is one of it to avoid reputation damage. Why reputation damage actually? Like I say, actually, when you submit, okay, maybe you submit the data, falsify any data inside there, maybe some picture or these kind of things. Actually, you're gonna damage. Maybe you say, okay, I just submit to my supervisor. There is maybe he will notify, but after that, and maybe you how to say your supervisor publish the data, and usually you are the first who carry out the experiment. Usually you'll be a first author or either the co-author if your contribution is not very good enough. Not say it's not the main one, and probably you will be not be a main actor. Maybe your senior PhD student or master student will be a main actor. You probably become co-author. Okay, you publish a paper. Okay, maybe you contribute one part of the result, and you just accidentally, I would say accidentally or unintentionally, I would say this kind of thing, to submit the result without verification. And after that, the result we publish. Okay. After the result we publish, and in the publish, actually now, actually you notice also, all the publication is available online. It's instantly. Today you publish, tomorrow, I think today you publish, 1 hour later, the whole world know about your result experiment. And probably will I question how people will know about this, because people will know because if the same group of people, because you have to understand you are not the only person who or only group in Malaysia or USM to carry out the same type of experiment. Other people will carry out the same similar type of experiment, maybe using other experiment, maybe same similar type, and because of some competition, usually about competition, other people, other part of the world, because you have to understand who discover first the result finding is the who claim first. In people who publish in second or third findings about the similar type, they won't be usually not be acknowledged enough. So that's why who discover first is very important. Then people who publish cannot publish the first hand result, then they will check the result, and after that they will find actually some of they will thoroughly check the result. That's why they will find out, they will repeat, maybe some of them they will repeat. That's why people who publish in Science or Nature is very high impact Q1 journal or Q2 journal, people will come to check, people will verify the result whether they can repeat the experiment. That's how when one person cannot repeat, one group cannot repeat, like two group cannot repeat, you are not the only one in the world who carry out. Maybe people in US, Japan, Korea, all this kind of UK, they similar type result. They will repeat the result. Then they cannot repeat the result and they get a different type of information. They will write to editor. After that, editor will ask you to submit the result. And after that, find out actually you falsify. Okay, it's not mean you unintentionally or falsify, the result. I mean you don't publish exactly, maybe you remove some point of the result and just remove some the very not very beautiful result. Then after you just submit a result, make it look very beautiful. And actually your part, you contribute only one part, small part maybe, and the whole other part actually carried out by your PhD student or maybe senior or master student. But actually, because of your part contribution, okay, you be responsible giving this part to carry out, and actually you unintentionally, I would say unintentionally, okay, you give a result and the result found to be not accurate, then the whole article will retreat. Then you said, yeah, I just a co-author. Yes, yeah, you are co-author. Actually, you are maybe not a significant. Maybe you are the first author, so don't know why actually. If your contribution is significant enough, probably you'll become first author. If you're first author, then even worse actually. I mean, all your name, your name will be forever. The article will be retrieved. I mean, you'll be pulled out from the publication, and in pull out, it mean you'll have a record permanently forever. You have to understand, permanently forever. This they cannot be deleted or this kind of thing. You understand what it means. So your name, exactly your name, your affiliation, USM, inform, or your lecturer name, your supervisor name, your what your what your senior name, everyone in your friend who publish together as an author inside, the name will appear together. So you understand. You must say, oh, okay, I finished this job. I'm not gonna do academic. Oh, yeah, you're not gonna do academic. Maybe yes, probably you're not gonna publish any data. I could just go to industry, but your name will appear. People can search your name. They will come out with your name as a paper retreat. I mean, pull out from the publication. Then people will how will people how will people see you? Okay, you future boss, future employer, or this kind of thing. How people gonna see you? Okay, how people gonna identify? Hey, are you this student with integrity or not? Okay, the student without integrity, I think nobody gonna hire you in job because they cannot trust your data. Okay, they cannot trust your work you present to them. Maybe this one, maybe you unintentionally, but you have to know the record is permanently. It cannot be deleted one. Okay, the data you cannot how you want to delete because you cannot everything retrieve. I mean, I don't know lah what the reason they retrieve the paper. They have some things they have to things lah. Okay, I will show you in other slide also. Okay, harmful to research can be harmful to participant, researcher, institution also. So when they retrieve data, they will harmful to USM to inform, maybe to other institution that working to the project. Because sometimes you understand, the project itself is not only involve USM, probably they will involve other university or other institution from the foreign country, other together. I mean everything. Yeah, publication is good for everyone, but when the paper is retrieved or other things is they will forever don't want to work with you anymore because they don't want to get their name damaged, tarnish or call it. So nobody want to work with you anymore. So the consequence is huge actually. So don't ever think that the result you publish is not important. The result, how many publication you don't know. Maybe you contribute a small portion, maybe one data, one figure, this kind of things, but it can be a big consequence to the whole project. And the project can be maybe your boss or your supervisor can be banned from receive a grant for the grant and not able to receive any grant. I mean the when your supervisor cannot receive a grant, I mean the whole thing is collapse. No more grant, no more grant, no more chemicals can buy, cannot purchase anything, cannot do other things also. So the consequence is big. So that's why when you want to submit your result for anything, please make sure repeat it. Okay, at least 3 times or 2 times to repeat the result and don't any remove any. I would say not very beautiful, not very nice result. Maybe you discuss with it. Okay, this is say you present it to your supervisor. Don't modify everything first. Present to your supervisor. Okay, this is the data I get. Okay, what should I do? Maybe something is wrong there, and discuss it with your supervisor. First, maybe you will your senior first. After that, present to your supervisor. After that, maybe you find something what you can modify because you are not very familiar with pipetting, the techniques are not familiar actually. Maybe you discuss with your senior first. After that, you can solve the problem or this kind of thing, the expected one. Then you present to your supervisor and the discussion. Don't simply assume that everything is okay. When you done the good one result, the assume is correct. Then you submit supervisor. Then your supervisor assume is correct everything. Then publish together. Then found out actually your result is not correct and misinterpret. I would say misinterpret or this kind of thing. That's a consequence if it okay. The avoid limitations as a scenario proposal classify ethics exemption for ethics, and this is quite the other things also. I think this is when you like I said when your paper is retrieved, then people found actually the result is falsified. Probably you have the discipline of the against you, okay, against you, maybe against your supervisor, all this kind of thing. The consequence is big. So sometimes in the new digital or world, everything you publish must be go through. People will check. Don't assume that people won't check. Don't read only. You publish anything, any abstract on this kind, people will read. People will read and do some reference. They found the thing is not correct. Probably they will write to you. Maybe I think maybe got a discipline or this kind of thing action taken. Okay. Okay, evolution. I think this kind of thing. I will skip this kind of things. Revolutions. Nuremberg's trial. I think this is during the World War II. I think when the Nazi camp. I think you know, right? When the Nazi camp carry out some of the clinical trial. I will say a clinical trial with the prison. I mean the war prison or this kind of thing. They just carry out any usually a gas or this kind of things, or maybe biological weapons or this kind of thing. This is why when they have a human ethics trial because of this incident also. Okay, this is I think voluntary concerns for human subject. I think during that time is because of war prison. I think usually they don't have war consents. They just throw you to the gas chamber. After that, gas you, see how many people die, how long it take to die, or whether it's effective or not, or you die instantly, or this kind of thing. So minimize the risk of harm. I think this is the principle. Okay, science and design of study must be used for full outcome. So it cannot be harm to the people. That's an important lesson actually. I think for World War II, I think that's the important lesson we learn. We not must be take care of good people. We don't use it for any research or weapon research or this kind. This is how it's come actually. Then people realize mistake, they make a conduct or this kind of things. That's why you have a human ethics. Okay, this is I think Sam Auto, one of the result I think is they do in US also. I think for some type of drugs also. I think you can search about this kind of result, Belmont report outcome from the cases. Okay, against Council of International Organization of Medical Science guideline also. I think from WHO, from UNESCO. I think to serve the interests of biomedical community. Same thing you can read all this kind of thing in the internet. Okay, International Conference on Harmonization (ICL), together ethics pharmaceutical industry, usually Europe, Japan, and US 90. I think the objective harmonize the manner which medicine and drugs is developed and registered. So this is they usually have to follow the guideline for good clinical practice. I think some of you probably have followed the good clinical practice. I think before I think they give it so you know what is GSP. This kind of things. Informed consents. Informed consent is one the document you need to give to the participant who give detail what your sample want to take, or maybe you say blood how many microliter, maybe 5 ml, or how many ml. You have to identify and what is your research for. I think identify maybe cancer, these kind of things, and who the participant and all the background, these kind of things. So they at least must be explained in their language. Okay, let's say you're because you're probably we are quite common. I think we speak English, all these kind of things. But some in the rural area, people they don't understand English. Probably they have to speak Malay. Maybe the maybe indigenous language or the you have to explain to them exactly so they clearly understand what is used for and what the risks what they have actually and what is the benefit for the community at all. This is why important the consent form. I think usually consent form will be vet also. I mean, will be people will check also the consent form so the people will know who are who the participant, what are the other things also. Okay. Next is a stage of a process informed consent form before the termination of study, at the beginning of study, and during the study. This is thing I think you can follow informed activity. What you're going to do. Okay, clearly informed consent, discretion of research aim, a potential risk, expected benefit, confidential of immunity of participants, and participant right, including the facts that participant is voluntary. Say some is voluntary. Now actually some people will give some token of appreciation, give some money. Okay, maybe some 100 ringgit per participant for the because you have to involve. Not giving money is wrong because you have to understand some they have to come from other places. They must involve some maybe like say traveling, okay, maybe food also, maybe they have a stay, maybe stay in hotel, this kind of thing. Maybe they come far away. you need to compensate them. You know, it's not that give money is total wrong. You mean you have to define. Let's say you have to write down, give maybe 500 ringgit. Okay, 500 ringgit for what? You mean for participant to travel to come to your place to collection to answer your form. Actually, you have to give some. You consider a token appreciation. It's so it's not say you give money is wrong. No, sometimes you have to appreciate that maybe some food you have to give them, because when they come there, we have to maybe breakfast or lunch or this kind of things, and maybe a feast of other things that to cover the composite, because this is considered composite. Let's say one of the participants, they have to leave their job. You mean have to take a holiday one day to go to your place, maybe 100 kilometers, then take a bus or cab, grab to your place, and have to pay the transportation and the food also, and the composite what the loss what he made. But to answer your questionnaire, or to do other things, or maybe to donate some of the blood, or maybe some of the tissue for your users. So this is, but you have to identify how many you're gonna give. I say in the consent form, then you have to identify what category, what is money for actually. So it won't be how say you give money for exchange today. Actually, you just compensate it. But this one have to, when you design the human ethic application, probably you have to give all this kind of information also. Explanation issue related to compensation of injury or this kind of thing. This you have to, let's say, sampling also. Okay, what member of research ethics committee will look for ethics proposal? Respect identity of participant, privacy and confidential. Okay, favorable balance, benefit. Usually this is important. Okay, the benefit and risk is the most important, because they will say how let's say you withdraw 5 ml of the blood. Okay, what's going to consequence for the 500 cc of this kind of thing, maybe 5 cc of the blood from the participant. What is consequence? Maybe he will lose a bit, so but it's minimum. He won't faint enough. He won't too many blood, and he won't any other thing consequence that it gonna disturb the health of these kind of things. Okay, that's why the other fair subject community selection, professional compensation for special capacity, other writing involve minor every person. So this will be check everything. I think you can read everything. So I will not going to go through everything. How to submit, respect identity, participant, privacy, confidential, balance and benefit, a sampling plan, composite and capacity of research, and protocol and procedure following the dealing minor and variable person on this kind of things. Okay, this is like mainly from the PSWL 2020. Okay, from his guideline to research ethic for postgraduate student. I think next, I think I will share with you other slide also. Yeah. Why not I just share others? Okay, this is the Malaysian Code of Responsible Conduct in Research, second editions. I think come from the National Science Council. I think this is for the Malaysian way. I think some of you come from different country also. Probably you have your own country type of this kind of thing. So this is the book. Everything will be uploaded to the portal. I think you can read all this. I think that's information is very important. So I think this is a lot about principle of responsible conduct in research, principle of responsible conduct in research also, breach of the code or this kind of thing, managing breach of the code. This is inside there. They have a lot handling research proposal, conducting research involving human participant and animal, managing research data, resources, research team, training and responsibility of research, and publication, authorship, validation, and peer review. I think one thing I want to discuss is something the authorship. I mean, some people will say, "Hey, I'm the first. I'm the." Right, I mentioned just now. if I'm the first person or I'm the main contributor, because some you notice or not, sometimes they have a participant, they have an equal contribution, they have remark on this kind of thing. Two person have the remark on there, they will put a equal contribution, okay, when the contribution is equal. But some of you, maybe like you and the mixed mode project, the project you carry is not a big scale enough. Maybe you are second author. I mean your contribution not as significant as the first author. Usually the first author they will carry out. But if your contribution is the first author, they will you will put the, I think after discuss with your team or this kind of research team, they will put the your name as the first, because usually the first author is what? Okay. First author contribution, usually they will write the first draft. Okay, the first draft, the manuscript, everything. First they will first all everything they will write a thing. You're not gonna assume the first draft you're gonna submit and get published. No, actually publication is more complicated. I'm not sure every one of you have ever published a scientific paper before. Okay, publication is not sometimes you publish today, okay, tomorrow get accepted, or everything happy, we know. Publication can involve a lot of review, different journal, you submit, reject, reject, and few revision. If you submit, they've got first revision, second revision, a lot of revision. Okay, so sometimes the data, sometimes that's why authorship is important. Because some the student usually when they are not very happy, oh why I contribute the research, I don't get the first author, because then you have to this one have to discuss with your supervisor or other people in the group, because some they say you only contribute one of the figure. Okay, they have maybe 10 figure inside there, you actually only contribute one of the figure, then you, I think you cannot probably cannot claim lah as the first author, because first you don't write the first draft also. The second, actually your contribution is not significant, probably you will become a second or third or fourth author inside the group. So maybe your supervisor become a corresponding author, and that's usually common. But what is corresponding author? Corresponding author mean that usually they get the money, the research grant to run the projects. So when you get a research grant to project, the most of the things, the material, all this kind of things, solution, chemical, you get actually come from the research grant actually. So actually what the supervisor will actually become a corresponding author. I think the student become research student, PhD or master will become a first author. Probably you if you carry out the significant result, probably you can claim. If you write the first draft, you mean you write all the discussion, abstract everything together, and you have a first draft and submit to supervisor. Probably the supervisor will consider you as a. So that's why there were some argument. Okay, come out in newspaper. I'm the lecturer. Take my first authorship and give it to other people. No, you have to discuss. You have to understand your contribution. Usually, I would say in the mixed mode projects actually is quite a small project, because you have to finish it within 5 to 6 months. I think maybe less than 5 6 months actually. Then the significant result usually is not significant enough to publish in a very impact factor, or maybe a very non-index journal or Scopus level. Depend on the significant result. So you have to understand. Don't argue too much. Don't say, I want to come to, or go to newspaper, this kind of thing. Oh, the lecture not follow. I publish first when they don't acknowledge me. Let's discuss first. Okay, discuss why you lecture put you are not the first author and the second author. This is usually the argument to come out. Oh, the student, the what the supervisor don't give me authorship, not acknowledge me. Maybe sometime you would think your result is significant, but after maybe consider all the nature of the paper, probably your result is maybe not considered as significant. Maybe your result maybe can consider one of the appendix. Appendix is when they have a lot of result, when your result is considered not so significant, then they will put inside the appendix. I mean, out of the manuscript, the main manuscript, they will present as a supplement data. That's one thing. So someday maybe your supervisor think your result is not significant, they will probably put you inside acknowledgement. Yes, sometimes you refer to an acknowledgement part. They will find, okay, thank you to some this person because of contribution, because their contribution is not significant enough. They are really not participate in the whole study. Maybe they just contribute in, say, do sequencing, okay, do some of the electrophoresis or other things. So don't come to conclusions. your research ethics is important. That's why all this authorship, publication, affiliation, institution, peer review, all the collaboration research is important. That's why I said when you do your final year thesis or this kind of thing, take it seriously. Don't simply submit all the result because you want to graduate fast and don't want to repeat your experiment. Do it seriously. If you have some problem, discuss first with your supervisor. Don't hide anything. Just discuss. They won't scold you because the result is not what you expected. Some when you get some unexpected result, that might be something there, maybe a new discovery. Who know what happened there? So discuss first. My advice is discuss with your senior first. I think that's the best lah. Okay, the senior or your master PhD student or other colleagues. Why is like this? Okay, maybe the machine is not maybe not fully maintained. So this kind of thing, maybe this readings is different. So discuss first. Okay, don't straight away jump the conclusion and presented to your supervisor without anything, because your supervisor going to ask you also or this kind of why is so different, because for information all your result I think for mixed mode one, the project somehow have been run for somebody, maybe you just run in different parameter. So this kind of thing happens. So okay, so check with your result. I think conduct your research in the integrity way. Don't copy and paste everything from other people's and make it assume like your journal. Acknowledge when you use other people's slide, or at least acknowledge in them, identify the result, maybe the slide they use or this kind of thing, at least identify that's why you need to do a citation or this kind of things. So I think times are more here. Okay, any question from the participant? Student, any questions? No question. I think here only I saw only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 student, correct? Is a nice student, totally nice student from this class or everyone's? Okay, I think they have a 4 slide together. Everything's maybe 2 of the is the from US. One is from USM, one is from National Research Council, and one from other. I think I didn't share you just now. I think the other slide from other lecture also, other supervisor from other, which I don't know sure, but it's you can read. I think if anything's no question. I think sorry. I think for delay because I went to the class, only 2% inside the room. I thought I want to do a face to face, and most of you are not here actually. Maybe it's training. I'm not sure lah. Okay, but I hope you. Oh,
I thought we were told that the morning the class was not in use, not available for use.
Sorry.
We were told that the class is not available for use. So.
Oh, I'm not sure. Nobody told me actually. Sorry, I don't know actually. Nobody told me also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Never mind. I think Leo, there's about 9 person. How many? Actually, I check. Because I have to take attendance.
Yep, 9.
9. Okay. I wait. All information I will upload later. So I think just the correct times already finish 1 o'clock. 1 hour, right? Lecture, right? So sorry, I cannot share too many. There's a lot of things that you need to share, but most of the thing you need to read from the book or the manual. I think anything if let's say you have a conflict of interest or anything with the findings or thing. I think please discuss with your supervisor, maybe to the deputy directors. I think such kind of thing. So don't take your action directly. This not going to benefit anything when the thing make escalated to big issue already. So my advice is actually do the integrity, have an integrity in do research. Don't assume something, prove it. When you get one good result, repeat it again. Okay, repeat it again. At least do twice, triple to get the result. Do a triplicate or this kind of thing to make sure you have a standard deviation or this kind of thing. If not, It's not gonna the result probably not good enough for publish. So don't understand. I hope that's all for my part. Thank you very much. That's all. I gonna close the things. Thank you.